Please welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Stradat. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos and leave commentaries and also educate each and every one of ours, you guys are the real MVP. So guys, I came across this video right for you and I thought to share where Black Americans are reacting to the fact that Afrikaners are being given this refugee status and they are already in their state. This actually sparked a lot of controversy and conversation on the social platform, and I was able to put up some of those stitches. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and lovelies, let's dive into it.
Welcome. Welcome to the United States of America. We respect what you have had to deal with these last few years. We respect the long tradition of your people and what you have accomplished over the years.
They're poisoning the blood of our country. All over the world, they're coming into our country from Africa, from Asia. Mexico sends its people. They're not sending their best. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. They don't speak the language. They don't have the culture. These are stone cold killers. They'll walk into your kitchen. They'll cut your throat. They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats.
Haiti has a tremendous AIDS problem. Many of those people will probably have AIDS, and they're coming into our country.
They took the criminals out of Caracas and they put them along your border, and we have to live with these animals. Democrats say, please don't call them animals. They're humans. I said, no, they're not humans. They're not humans. They're animals. They're rough people. In many cases from jails, prisons, from mental institutions, insane asylums. You know, insane asylum, that's Silence of the Lambs stuff. I told them not to let the Syrians in because we have no idea who they are. They could be ISIS and they might not be, but they could be ISIS.
Why are you creating an expedited path into the country for Afrikaners but not others?
Because they're being killed. It's a genocide that's taking place that you people don't want to write about. They happen to be white, but whether they're white or black makes no difference to me.
Y'all, don't worry about these white South Africans coming here. They about to be the new help. You heard me. They are about to be the new help. They got rid of all the people tending the land. All the immigrants that were tending the land are gone. So what they about to do, replace them with the white South African workers. Y'all gonna be working to feed black folks. As y'all should. Get y'all asses over here and do y'all goddamn job. Y'all think y'all getting away from us. Y'all not. Y'all just gonna be working for us. Come on in the room. See, Trump knew he couldn't get our asses out there. There's no way in hell you're gonna get black folks out there to work no kind of land. But he could say, hey, these South Africans are being suppressed. Their land is being taken away from them. They need to come over here and seek retribution. And get y'all asses in the field where the fuck y'all belong. Make sure y'all picking every fucking vegetable and don't miss out on anything. Y'all not getting away from black folks. Y'all gonna be around us a lot more. And unlike the ones in South Africa, we don't give a fuck. You're not gonna be able to call us colored. You're gonna get your dome rocked. So be careful, tread lightly. And remember, we don't see you as African. We see you as colonizers of an apartheid. Welcome to America. Y'all, don't worry about these white South.
I don't know about y'all, but if a white South African refugee calls me a colored, if they say I'm more blacker than you because I'm come from Africa, it's on site. And it should be on site for all of them. Trump don't made himself a mistake because they all could get it.
Okay, I'm a little bit confused. So let me try to put the motherfucking pieces together. Now, you have ICE raids happening left and motherfucking right. You even went above and beyond to have some strong control over the border. Then you had raised like a son bitch to a motherfucking point. Y'all ended up deporting American fucking citizens. But it is absolutely oh motherfucking K for y'all to bring over a plane load full of South Africans. But here's the crazy part. We only okay the white ones to come over here, not the black ones. The black ones was completely excluded in this little plan that he had of bringing some South Africans over here. He only brought over the white ones. He only okayed the white ones. So with that being said, to all of the South African white people that just crossed over into here, I would like to say congratulations. Because now I do believe it will be y'all motherfuckers that will be working them fields out there. Because like I said, the motherfuckers that's out here screaming, make America great again. Oh, honey, they're not stepping their asses out there in the fields. But they swear up and down they want to make America great again. They're not going to do it. Us black people, oh, definitely not motherfucking doing that. Evidently, you can read back in the fucking history about that one. Hispanic people, oh, they're definitely not doing that shit. Neither are the Asians, neither are the Arabics. So with that being motherfucking said, are y'all ones that's crossing over here, you South African white people, are y'all gonna be the ones that's gonna make America great again? Are y'all gonna be the one that's out there that's gonna be working the motherfucking fields and building these fucking houses and shit? Because I don't know about y'all, but I'm sick to motherfucking death going to the goddamn grocery store and half of our shit is about damn near rotten because we ain't got motherfuckers picking that shit. So with that being motherfucking said, welcome to motherfucking America. It's your time to shine. Because guess what? We're not making America great again. We're not. It's your turn now.
When the white South Africans come into America, will they become African American? What do you guys think? Because typically, no matter where you come from in Africa, when you get to America, whether you're from Ghana, whether you're from Liberia, whether you are from Tunisia, whether you are from wherever you are from, when you get here, because you are from Africa, you are of African descent, then you become African American once you arrive in America. So is that what's going to happen with them? What y'all think?
Shame on the United States. Shame. Shame on Donald Trump and his whole administration. So check this out, y'all. White South Africans granted refugee status by the Trump administration. Now let that sink in. Look at these people. These people are the descendants of the colonizers and the apartheid rulers in South Africa. So the government over there is using their constitution to help give land back to the native Africans. They're buying land from South Africans who own 70% of all the land. And you go, how did they do that? They stole it. Then you got Elon Musk and Donald Trump talking about there's a genocide happening. There's no genocide. The only genocides that are happening right now are in Gaza, the Congo, South Sudan. Those are really genocides, and those are really refugees. Then you got Trump, remember, talking about they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs when he's referring to Haitians. That's not happening either, and it wasn't happening. They have real status to be here, to work. But these guys, these Afrikaners, these poor farmers, they just, for whatever reason, can't make money in South Africa. They haven't been on their job. You notice there ain't no millionaires and billionaires Afrikaners coming to the United States as refugees. It's the poors. They got money for wars but can't feed the poor. And I'm talking to you white Americans, especially the ones who are in the lower class of poor. This really affects you. These Afrikaners are about to come over here, get free housing, free medical. They're going to get jobs. They're going to get education. And meanwhile, a lot of you are going to continue to live in rural areas, in your trailers, in your apartments, and you're going to lose your jobs because of Doge. These guys are here to get all the resources. America, that's a shame, y'all. That is a shame.
Talk shit about y'all president, because I'm just trying to figure out why he's letting the white South Africans into the United States, claiming that they are refugees and that they are oppressed. If you know anything about the history about the apartheid, you will know that that is absolutely not true. White South Africans own 70% of the land in South Africa because they were what? Say it with me, class. Colonizers.
liquors, you lent liquors. Okay, so now they're coming over here, but Consuela and Enrique, they gotta go. I was watching a debate from 1956 and 1957. There was 4 students debating, one from Nigeria, one from Ghana, one from Ethiopia, and one from South Africa. And you know what they were debating? About this apartheid. I don't know why it's so hard for white South African people to acknowledge the fact that they stole some shit. I pray that they are freed from the chains of being a colonizer, because y'all did.
Racist white people trying to pretend like white people are experiencing some kind of racial oppression are some of the funniest people on the planet. I've been on this app for 5 years, and for 5 years I've heard this 1,000 times, and 0%, not 1, 2, 10, 15, 0% of the people that have made the statement talk about it on their page. They don't hold the right-wing people that they follow accountable for not talking about it on their page, because they also don't talk about it. But the biggest indicator that this is not happening is that the richest man in the world, who owns one of the biggest social media platforms in the world, seems to be absolutely quiet about this. We've all heard Elon Musk talking about government efficiency. We've heard him talking about cars. We've heard him talking about spaceships, more than he's ever uttered a word about the oppression that white South Africans are experiencing. So instead of coming on the people's page who actually speak out against racial oppression, go to your favorite right-winger, go to Elon Musk, and yell at them about why they are not talking about this totally not made up oppression.
These are the first group of white South Africans who've been fast-tracked into refugee status. The Trump administration made a big thing about cracking down on immigration and suspending the refugee resettlement program. So questions are being asked on why has such an exception been made for this group of people?
White farmers are being brutally killed and their land is being confiscated in South Africa.
Billionaire Elon Musk grew up in apartheid South Africa. He's one of Donald Trump's closest advisors, and he claims that there is a genocide of white people happening. South Africa's foreign minister says that there has been no land confiscation, and Donald Trump's claims that murders are happening in large numbers is not backed by any police data.
It's like we're living in Twilight Zone. I don't get it. We're going to deport people. We're going to snatch them up from their homes, regardless if anybody shows proof of who they are and anything else. Like, ICE agents doesn't have to prove who they are, and people don't have to prove if they have citizenship or green card status or anything that protects them to stay in this country. Sometimes you could be a U.S. citizen and get deported on accident, I guess. And then even when you find out, I guess it's just above our heads now. On top of all of this, we're now giving refugee status to white South Africans. What the fuck is going on here? Like, what the fuck?
Off. White South Africans are, this pisses me clean off. White South Africans are 7.3% of the population as of the 2022 census. White South African farmers own 72% of farmland in South Africa. 7.3% of the population own over 70% of the farmland. And you're trying to tell me that 7.3% is the oppressed? 7.3 eats off of over 70%. This pisses me.
Trump saved white South Afrikaners from genocide in South Africa.
What genocide?
He said that white South Afrikaners were subject to racial genocide. So he flew out a jet and brought them here to America for free. Now they're being celebrated.
This actually happened to all farmers regardless of race. And you know that before 1994,
what about apartheid?
White South Africans that were part of apartheid held all the political power and wealth in South Africa.
But I thought they were being discriminated against and had opportunities held from them. You're telling me they're the wealthiest still and own most of the land?
But the only people talking about this white genocide happening in South Africa is white Americans, not actual South Africans living there.
But I was told apartheid was black raising to oppress the white South Africans and give them a poor situation.
This was a preferred situation in which the rich, wealthy elite of white South Africans were only hiring other white South Africans and chose apartheid because they didn't want anything to do with the actual Africans out there.
Are you saying black South Africans actually protested against apartheid? You're really gonna sit here and defend all of that?
No, because you're describing them how black people are treated in America essentially as if it's the same situation out there.
Look,
what's out here is not out there.
Trump just released a video welcoming the white South Africans, saying these immigrants will fit right in. I can't wait till they're my neighbors and I can say hello.
So we're hard on brown immigrants, colored immigrants, whatever type of colored immigrants. But at the second they're white immigrants, we personally fly out a jet for free to bring them over here. No green card. They don't got to pay a dime. And then we celebrate them and say they're going to easily assimilate and they'll blend right in.
Yes, because this time I know they're good people. Something just tells me others were criminal.
You're buying all this black and brown fear the media is spoon feeding you because you think Trump isn't the media. Surprise, he bought the media. He is the media now.
If he's the media, then how come he's the only source of truth I receive? I think the news is designed to keep me fearful and distracted.
Because while you're so worried about this stupid situation, you can't even fathom that you're being pickpocketed by the same person giving you these irrational fears on a country you never been to from news you've never heard of.
This just goes further to show that people from Israel, the Middle East, Mexico, Africa, and all other countries are violent except for the ones that look like me.
I am superior. Where do you get this information?
It's too late. Congratulations to my new neighbors 2025.
The South Africaners that are going to be coming to the United States claiming refugee status, and the fact that Trump is bringing them here claiming refugee status for these fucking people, I think that's kind of crazy, knowing that they were colonizers in South Africa, racist as shit to be exact, and they're bringing that type of energy back to the United States, bro. We are in a time where civil war is literally going to be brung back. Like, it's about to be a civil war. Not even, I feel like it's already started, if I'm being totally like frank with y'all. But the fact that like this shit is getting how it is, has gotten how it is, it's literally insane to me. I'm low-key becoming at loss for words with all of this shit that's going on. But how can you claim refugee status in a situation where your peoples came to a whole different country and literally took territory, took land, killed, raped, slaughtered, trafficked, and so much more Africans? You get what I'm saying? And then you come to the United States, which we have plenty of colonizers in the United States. You know that? The amount of colored, I'm going to say, because the amount of melanated beings that's on in the United States, just period, compared to the amount of white people, is literally outranked. It's literally outranked. We outrank them. We're not the minority here. We're the superior here. And Trump bringing these fucking people back to the U.S. or to the U.S. period, letting them claim refugee status, giving them free property to stay on, giving them free assistance and all this extra shit. That is the most craziest racist shit. Like, y'all, these people are literally like, this shit is crazy as hell, bro. It just don't make no fucking sense.
So, tell me how this administration is racist KKK administration without telling me they're racist KKK administration. White South Africans granted refugee status by the Trump administration's first arrival is today. So, we're not letting in any type of minorities except for South Africans. Really? Really? So we're deporting people of color, but we're letting the white South Africans in the country in a, what? He's just in office for, what, 100 and some days? So 3 months? 4 months? And they already have refugee status here, while people of color who come from different countries can take years and decades to get any type of status here. Really? Really? The white South Africans? The part of the apartheid people? Their ancestors, their grandparents being part of the apartheid are now legally here because they're being treated really, really badly by the South African peoples. Really? They're farmers and the farmers aren't farming. So now what does that mean? You freaking oranges freaking are so upset that minorities are taking over your jobs, but you're going to let these guys come in and they're not going to take over your jobs. They're not going to take over farming. They're not going to take over jobs that you're trying to get. That's okay if they do that, right? But motherfuckers who are in wars, who are in countries that have famine, they can't come here? No, because they're the dangerous ones? Really? Really? Oh my freaking God. Wow. Yet again, KKK administration has struck again and has proven that they are the KKK administration. Please tell me that they're not. Please show me that they're not. You guys are let the first 59 South Africans come in. Not the ones that have been beaten and abused in their livelihoods and their homes or anything like that, that was removed from them or taken away from them by these guys' grandparents and great-grandparents. No. The ones that have money that can afford to come over here are here. Wow. Yep. And yet again, you guys have proven our point.
I seriously love this. This is just the lies. The lies are something that is out of this world. Even you as a layman, or even you as a layperson, we know when someone is telling a lie. So this man was all around deporting citizens. I would say citizens because I came across a particular stage of them deporting a 2-year-old who happens to be fighting against cancer, and this 2-year-old was dragged out from the country. This man even goes as far as to deport citizens to El Salvador. This man goes as far as to harass people, deport people, both documented and undocumented people. Hispanic people are there crying, Mexican people are there, with their ups and downs with the rush of deportation. And this man who claimed during his time of campaign and all of that, how people from Africa are coming and destroying and whatsoever thing that he claimed. And now you are granting a refugee status to Afrikaners, specifically white Afrikaners. Like white Afrikaners. This shows the kind of person that you are. This shows that you are a racist. Even if when some migrant supporters believe that, oh, you are just doing anything that you are doing to actually better its citizen. The same Afrikaners who are, 75% owners of land in Africa are the ones that is being oppressed by black South Africans. Like the same people who are the ones living more better life, more comfortable life compared to that of the people in that South Africa are the same people who are oppressed? Or is this maybe the Make America Great that you are clamoring about? Like maybe make America white again? Like sometimes some of these folks actually think that people do not understand what is going on. They actually think that people are so dumb to understand their tricks. You are, on the other hand, condemning the last administration on how they allow undocumented immigrants who are working on these jobs, right? And now you are doing exact same thing that you accused the last administration of doing. Like you are welcoming these refugees. You are welcoming them with an open hand to give them whatsoever thing that you have promised them. But this was the same thing that the last administration wanted to do, and you had a problem with it. You decided to, deport most of the people you claim that they are not your citizens anymore. But now you are having or opening your arms to people from South Africa. And now very soon, before you know it, these colonizers will start, showing the kind of person that they are. They might even go as far as to claim that they are the owners of the state, and like Americans can. You know how they colonize a lot. Like, they are running from black people from South Africa, but do they think that they're not going to meet any form of black person in America? Like, make it make sense. What kind of a lie is this? Like, when someone sees a lie, you will know that this is actually a lie. They have been oppressed. Like, have you ever seen an oppressor being oppressed? Because you're the people that is known for being the oppressors, and now you claim that you have been oppressed. Like, anyways, when I saw this, that was on Sunday, I stitched a video, showing what black people, pan-colored people are saying about that. And I decided that, let me see what my brothers and sisters who happens to be black Americans have to say about this. Anyway, lovelies, if you've watched up to this extent, you girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.